Hey everybody, so I wanted to jump on here to kind of talk about this situation with Tariq and firing Sara, Nicole, which all of you should already know. I already know a lot of my subscribers also watch Tariq. So a lot of you, I already know, have seen the video because you've been tweeting me and emailing me asking me what my perspective of it was. And I know when Sara did her Periscope, people were asking her what did I think about it. So I have Sara, Nicole, she's here as well, so she's going to tell her side of it. Shout out to everybody in the room and all the mods, and hopefully if the mods can really be on their game, because there was already dusty beta male coons in the room, and I just really, can we just make sure we get the coons out? That's all I'm gonna ask. If we can make sure we get the coons out, that'll be good. But so Sara is here because she wants to be able to tell her side. She's already tried to do that several times and she's just getting attacked for it. So the bottom line is we're not going to have dusty beta males here putting their input into it. They're going to get blocked really quickly. So I'm going to allow Sara to talk, and then me and Ratchet today's show, we're going to get into another topic as well. But I'll let Sara introduce herself, and then we'll get started and showing. We'll do a play-by-play of what happened, basically.
Well, hi everybody, and thank you guys for viewing, and thank you, Cynthia, for allowing me to come onto your show today. So a lot of you already know about me, I guess, getting fired from ISM Radio, and I'm laughing because it's funny. It's funny to me that an older man that I looked up to as my mentor, and is supposed to be a political figure in our community, is going on this bashing tirade of little old me, a 25-year-old, a person that's half his age. And I just want to start off by saying, for people that are beta males and other Black women that support Tariq and what he's doing to me, I just want to say that I've never experienced an older man acting this way towards a younger female. Usually an older man is trying to look out for younger women and try to make sure that they are successful, and they try to protect the
Sara, you're freezing up.
Okay, sorry. I don't know why it went on. I'm back. Can you guys see me?
It's showing two of you. Oh, okay. It's showing two of you, but that's fine.
One of my mileage. All right. Anyway, sorry guys. So I was saying, I'm used to older men being a protector and a provider in the community. And if I upset him, why are you going on a social media tirade about me simply asking you a question? That doesn't make any sense to me. It has to be something deeper that he doesn't like about me. It can't just be about me asking him if he's a pimp because Rock Newman asked him on his show if he was a pimp, and he didn't come at him like that. So I don't know if he's coming at me because I'm a Black female, or he just doesn't like me because I check him on the show all the time. I don't know. It has to be more than me asking him if he's a pimp. Come on, like, you made 2 videos about me, dude. I made none about you. Why are you so obsessed? I don't understand.
I want to really address some people in the comments, because a lot of people, some people are asking what went on between you guys, and some people are saying don't get in between it. Let me just say this. One of the reasons that I am on here is because for some reason my name was circulating Twitter attached to this situation, although it has nothing to do with me. That's number one. Number two, I've watched every single episode of ISM up to literally the situation that happened. I've watched every single one of them. Number three is I've heard also the rumor about Tariq being a pimp. I've heard that from several different people. I've had people come to me and ask me, why do I support Tariq, and tell me definitively that he was a pimp. Nobody was even saying it as if it was a rumor. I've had people, and some very credible people, ask me if Tariq was a pimp. Now, we're going to go on a play-by-play video, but I want to show you guys something. I want to share the screen, and this isn't really to disrespect Tariq. It's not really to come on here and go on a bashing thing. But the thing of it is I want you guys to understand where Sara was coming from. For the beta male trolls, we don't care what you think, because a lot of Tariq's followers are Black men who really don't like Black women to begin with. And I actually experienced this when I put a comment on one of his videos. And I also told Tariq in his chat room that he has a bunch of evil coons. So the bottom line of it is this isn't me being biased towards Tariq or anything, but I want Sara to be able to speak her piece. I want her to be able to do it without being attacked. She isn't playing the victim. To me, she actually is a victim. Layla can say whatever she wants to say. Layla could have addressed it with Sara, and she could still be addressing it with Sara, and she's choosing not to. But I want to show you guys something, because this is what Sara told him when she said that it's online. I just want to show you guys why she was asking him that question. One of the reasons why. I'm going to show you guys that in just a second. So if you actually Google Tariq Nasheed pimp, these are some of the things that comes up. So this isn't anything that Sara just pulled out of, she didn't pull this out of anywhere. This is a picture on the internet of him being a pimp. Keep in mind, Sara isn't the only one that asked about this. She's not the only one. I've had people tell me the same thing definitively. I just don't ever bring it up. These are some of the things, the reasons why they're asking. Because if you see, there are pictures where he's actually looking like a pimp. For asking. Again, this isn't a rumor that Sara is spreading about him. Tariq said in one of his videos that he preferred if people asked him rather than gossiping. So what's the problem?
And not only that, Cynthia, if you guys watch the video, I never brought up me asking him if he's a pimp, not once on the show. I asked him in private, me being the informant that he claims that I am, right? I asked him in private if this was true, okay? He brought that back up on the show. I never asked him on the Ism radio show if he was a pimp. Now, you guys can play that back. I never asked him ever on the show. He brought it up.
Well, I just want to say one thing real quick before you play it. Hi, everybody. I just wanted to say that I feel like he was kind of coming at you because I couldn't even get through the video. First of all, I saw the title of the video when he uploaded it. I couldn't even watch it just because the title alone. I'm like, are you proud of that? And then when I heard Sim was telling me about it, I go to play the video. She told me to watch it for research purposes.
Yusuf, you're cutting out.
I couldn't even get through about the first 12 minutes.
Yusuf, every part of your situation is cutting out.
First 12 minutes, he was already attacking you. He was singling you out.
This video is cutting up real bad.
Go ahead.
So someone in the chat room said they did a search on Google and they found a video. BC said, I did 5 seconds of a Google search and found a video of Tariq saying he's a pimp. But let me just respond really quick to something that people in the chat room are saying. We already know at this point that Tariq said that he was doing a satirical movie with Michael Moore about pimps. We already know that. This is what we already know. We already know that he's already cleared that up. That's 100% fine. we're not saying that Tariq is a pimp. Nobody is saying that Tariq is a pimp. We're not saying that at all. What we're explaining is why she supposedly asked him that question. And Gabriel's in here saying Tariq just ended Sara. There shouldn't be anybody ending anybody. This is a person, and we've all come up here talking about a code for Black people. So nobody should be ending anyone, and it definitely shouldn't be Tariq when he employed Sara for 9 months. So if there is an issue, about it a long time ago, as far as I'm concerned.
And not only that, Cynthia, if I was such a thief and an informant, why didn't you fire me off the show when you said that you didn't trust me from the beginning? Why did you keep an informant on your show? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Can y'all hear me now?
Someone said people are in here not having a clue about the law, so.
Can you hear me now, Sin?
I can.
Okay, so what I was trying to say was that I couldn't even get through the video because in the first 12 minutes, he was already targeting her and backing her into a corner where socially she would have to defend her character. He was immediately making it to where she would have to say something, and you can see that he didn't like her immediately. It was, you can see where it was going to happen. I couldn't even finish the video. It was disgusting. As a Black, what I saw from Mr. Hidden Color.
Yeah, this is supposed to be a man that we look up to and respect. And he's going on a bitch-made tyrant about a 25-year-old female that asked a question. I asked a question. I'm a grown person. I can ask whatever the hell I want to ask. Like, you don't control my mind. You don't control my thoughts or my behavior. You're no kin to me. Like, I can ask you anything that I want.
That's what he wanted. When he heard that you was a real person, he verified you as someone who was going to be open and honest and share her opinion. That was literally the job description. The moment you did that, now you're a target.
Yeah, I am, you know, and I think that it's more than me asking him a question. That's my whole point. I think that Tariq doesn't like when a female challenges him. And he also doesn't like the fact that I saw right through his bullshit. And I didn't like that he would insinuate certain things about women and me in particular. And I would call him out on that. I would not play that whole young-minded thing where I would laugh and giggle it off. I'm a grown woman. I don't find any of that shit funny, period. I'm going to call you out if I don't find something funny. If I find it crass, I'm going to say something. And I think that he doesn't like that. He doesn't like that, period. He doesn't. And I think that's why he's mad about it.
But so a lot of people, some of the people are saying that they don't know what we're referring to. So in the midst of blocking some of these beta males really quickly, I want to play the video, and just whenever you want me to stop at certain parts, Sara, just let me know.
Okay.
Because I want to show because listen, this is the thing again. I support and like Sara. I support and like Tariq. I've donated literally to multiple things that Tariq's done. I've donated to Melanoid Nation. I've donated to his Haiti product. I've donated to his Hidden Colors thing. So this isn't about me wanting to disrespect Tariq or not liking him. That is not the case. And people can have their opinions about Sara's behavior. However, as a community and based on what Tariq says he stands for, I think it's a little inappropriate, highly inappropriate actually, to go on a tangent after it. Like none of that is really necessary, because really you could have just left it at the ism show. That's just what I'm saying. You could have just left it at the ism show. My thing of it is that of it is that number one, people shouldn't be associating my name with it. That's number one. And number two, people should stop acting like just because somebody is rude that it is okay to engage in that type of behavior. We should all be looking at our behavior and doing something different. So that's just the reality of it. But when you have people in the room, especially when it comes to a male and a female, I'm always going to hold a man, especially when he's older, to a certain standard. So that's just the reality of it. So people can sit here and say what they want to say. You control the room as much as you want to, because again, like I said, unfortunately, Tariq has a very hostile, bitter, neuter, beta male, bitch made crowd. And I'm saying this separate from whatever happened to Ism. So let me just explain something about Tariq's audience. This has nothing to do with Ism, because I've gone on Tariq's videos and made comments and been attacked by a bunch of beta male coons. So I couldn't care less about any of these beta male coons that want to talk about weave and feminine products in the chat room, because all you're doing is showing how effeminate, weak, and bitch made you are. Now, I've had several times them attack me. So I couldn't care less about what you have to say now. Of course you're going to say that, because most of these beta males don't want a black woman having a voice anyway. Sara could have been sitting there looking like an angel, and a lot of these beta males wouldn't have liked her the minute that she opened her mouth to give her opinion. So that's just the bottom line, which, by the way, a lot of people in this chat room are saying that they don't agree that how Tariq conducted himself was appropriate, and they are entitled to that opinion. That's my thing. That doesn't mean that somebody's on here trying to bash it or not. Y'all put me in it when I wasn't even in it, because y'all were on Twitter associating me with it. So I don't know why now y'all want to sit here and say, oh, why are you getting in the middle? Because y'all put me in the middle of it. When y'all were circulating my name on Twitter, making assumptions, talking about I'm going to go on a smear campaign for Tariq when I didn't open my mouth to say anything about it. That's just my thing. But do I think he conducted himself in the manner that he should have? No, because I put men at a higher standard, and Tariq is trying to stand for something. He's constantly talking about being on code, and in my opinion, that was off code. Does that mean that I don't support what Tariq is doing with Black empowerment? No, it doesn't, because like I said, I've donated to his stuff, and I still like his stance on white supremacy. I think he does he's very knowledgeable about racism and white supremacy, but how that was handled, that wasn't appropriately, and it could have been handled better, and it still could be being handled better, and it's not being. So that's just the reality of it. People can, aside from that, the beta males can keep their opinion to themselves. What they should be doing, since they're so obsessed with feminine products, they should be looking for what brand of tampons they're going to wear. That's what they should be doing, as far as I'm concerned. That's all I wanted to say. Let's get into the video, and then Sara, whenever you want me to stop it at a certain point, please let me know. I'm over these. I don't like dusty beta males. I really don't. And unfortunately, a lot of his crowd are little whiny bitch-made beta males who need a woman to not say anything in order for them to feel good about themselves. So I personally believe that a lot of these dudes don't like Sara simply because she gave an opinion to begin with. So therefore, you don't get you're not valid as far as I'm concerned. It's like, shouldn't you be running around trying to figure out the next white woman you're going to coon up on? Because you sure do got a lot of callers that call in that want a cake for white women. I do notice that.
She's a little sickly. She's a little. What do you got? A little cold?
It's a little cold. It's just hurting my throat.
Oh, okay.
No fever and stuff yet. I'm trying to get it before it goes that level.
Yes, indeed. And we have the lovely Miss Layla Lopez over here. How are you, dear?
I'm good.
Eating?
Hungry. I'm not. I wasn't coming here hungry today. I'm not doing that.
Boy, these are some of the eatness ass women. Sara got some granola. What is that, Sara?
It's a healthy trail mix.
I can't. Can we see Layla's face? There you
Oh,
go.
I think so. You want to see the trail
No, I
mix?
want to see. No, I saw that. I'm trying to see Layla in the back munching it up. All right, family. The phone number is 818-850-5404. Let's see if we can get on this line. There's a lot of folks calling. What's up? Who's calling?
This is going to be the
Yeah, but isn't that
from
I know, I'm at,
Sarah.
hell no, Sarah can't come to my house.
What?
I don't trust Sarah. I don't trust Sarah as far as I can throw a stick at her ass.
Oh,
Anyway, but talk to your dude. Talk to your guy and see and let him know your needs in the relationship. Sarah at my fucking house? Hell no.
Boy, why? What's she gonna do?
Sarah,
Go in your refrigerator?
I don't trust Sarah. I still think that Sarah's a damn operative, an informant. Hell no.
Informant? Oh
Some-
my God.
You want to talk.
No.
You want to
Please.
talk.
Oh my
You don't understand
We're not gonna get into this.
some of the shit Sarah be asking me.
Pause
Oh,
Lord.
man, what?
it. Okay, right there. He's already attacking me. I didn't even say anything on the show, and he's already calling me names. I'm just confused. Like, why are you calling me names on the show? And we just started the show. That
Well,
right
and the
there,
thing is, you said you didn't want to talk about it, so automatically, right there, that should have shut the conversation down because you said you did not want to talk about it. So I don't know why people are saying, "Oh, Sarah was disrespectful." Well, she just said that she didn't want to talk about it. So why has it still been talked about?
exactly. You can press play.
Do you want to continue?
Yes.
Sarah be asking some informant type of shit. So,
Lord,
I'm
Like what?
Sarah's a fucking weirdo.
What you be asking?
Sarah's a fucking weirdo.
Because I asked him if he was a pimp because of all these pictures of him acting like a pimp and looking like a
And she
pimp
keeps
online.
asking me, you a pimp? What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know.
I
I'm like, what, why do you?
Okay, so as you can see, he's saying that I keep asking him if he's a pimp, and nowhere in the video did I ask him if he was a pimp. Nowhere in that video did I bring up he was a pimp. I never brought up our conversation from last week that he was a pimp. Immediately, this video has been on for 5 minutes and 17 seconds. He's called me a weirdo. He said he couldn't trust me. He's called me an informant. He's called me 3 things. He's called me out of my name 3 times. And I asked him within 5 minutes, can we not talk about this? Can we move on to something else? Okay. So then he's like, why is she a weirdo? Well, it's because I asked if he was a pimp, and I see that that's why he's mad about it. Okay, he's saying I asked weirdo questions. How is that a weirdo question? Yeah, I feel like that's just a question. Like, I didn't know questions could be weird. I didn't know that. But you can continue to play.
It's a question that I noticed Rock Newman asked on the interview too. But anyway.
Keep asking me. I don't know.
Well, I told
It's the
you. I keep
internet.
seeing it.
On the internet. What the fuck are you talking about? What you talking about? Why you keep asking me this
From the
stupid
pictures
shit?
I see,
On
you
the
look like a pimp.
There was you had on a top hat. What the fuck are you talking about? I didn't have on a top hat.
Well, Layla, you saw the
What
picture
is
I
she
showed you,
talking
right?
about?
Look like a pimp, right?
She keep asking weirdo ass informant questions, dude.
Like,
I don't know, Tariq. I don't know.
Look,
where are you getting this shit?
I asked if he was a pimp because there are pictures online of him looking like a pimp.
No, it's not.
And yes,
Pause
it is.
it. Pause it. So right there, we have Tariq not telling the truth. He just said, I just said, there are pictures of you online looking like a pimp. He said, no, it's not. Now, Cynthia, didn't you just type in his name in Google and find all these pictures of him looking like a pimp?
Right. Well, there are pictures. And even if we are, again, because I already know there's some slow people in the chat room, they're going to keep reiterating they're going to keep telling us what we already know, which is that that's a satirical thing. We already know that. Tariq said that on the Rock Newman show. He said that that in Ism. So we already know that. Bottom line is Sara did not know that prior to that.
Yes, because I did not watch the Rock Newman interview until later, after the show. So I had no idea that Rock Newman asked him that. Okay, so until after the fact. I had no clue. So that's probably what he thought. He probably thought that I saw the interview prior, but I did not. I didn't. So yeah, so he's already saying that he did not, that there are no pictures of him online. And clearly there are. And he's saying that, you know, I told him that he has a top hat on. Well, Cynthia, the picture that you showed, he clearly had a top hat on and a pimp cane in the backseat of a car with a white woman. How am I making that up? How? I mean, you're saying you're not online with a top hat, and we just showed a picture with you with the top hat on and a pimp cane.
Well, and again, this isn't anything that is new. That's the thing. Tariq is not new about people saying this, because didn't, when he talked about Zaza Ali, or not Zaza Ali, or was it Zaza Ali? I think it was. Alluding to that, and didn't he do a video talking about how Zaza Ali was talking about he was like a pimp or something?
I believe so.
I do recall briefly a thing with that. So this rumor or whatever it is, it's not new. So I just don't even think the issue was even about you asking him if he was a pimp. This isn't new news. It's really not.
Where are they?
About it.
Where are they?
What do you mean?
This is asking me.
They're online.
Because we're in the car.
They're online.
We film.
Oh my God.
No, it's not.
Yes, they are.
It's not.
Okay.
It's
well,
not.
That's your experience.
And
my experience is they're online.
And you keep asking
I don't have to lie about
question, and I ain't gotta lie to you. You keep asking the same informant ass questions.
That's not an informant question.
Pause it. Why? I just want to know why. It's so hard to even watch this video, because honestly, guys, it hurts my feelings that this is a man that I was very proud to be working for, and I couldn't wait to get business information and be mentored by this man, because I actually looked up to him. And this man, it keeps on belittling me. Notice how I never once called this man a name. In the whole 6 minutes, I never called this man a name, but he keeps calling me out of mine. He keeps calling me out of my name. And then he keeps on saying that I keep asking him, right? When did I ask him if he was a pimp on the show? When did I ask him in the whole 6 minutes, pinpoint to me when I asked him on the show, Tariq, are you a pimp? I never asked him that. I asked him that in the privacy of his car when we were doing a skit. I asked him in private, and he's bringing this up a week later on the show. Like, I didn't ask you anything. Oh Lord, go ahead, you can play.
But that's not the only thing. Do you ever? I mean, your talking points, you sound like a damn pimp. So I don't know. I believe what I see. What that you are. And somebody, what? The way you talk about relationships, about women, why are you always trying to act like we hoes and shit? You seem like you would that. You didn't say it, but you imply it. You imply it.
That's why I don't trust this motherfucker.
Oh, I didn't ask you to trust me.
That's why I said
I don't really care.
Another Peter and
I really don't care. I don't trust you.
He sounds like a fucking informant.
Okay, well, if that's how you
What's he
feel,
talking about?
if that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. But
because she's in my car.
I've been side-eyed you.
Oh yeah,
side-eyed you.
What can I get that story?
So here's the part where I'm getting very irritated at this point. Okay, I'm being very irritated because he keeps wanting to go back and forth. Okay, so all right, guys, let's say all right, he is this mad about me asking if he's a pimp. Why are you going back and forth about something that's irritating you? Why are you going back and forth with me about something you are saying is irritating you? You should have just left it like, well, she keeps asking me informant questions like, am I a pimp? And left it at that. If it's bothering you this hard, why do you keep going back and forth with me about it? I don't I don't get it. If something was irritating me like that, I wouldn't want to talk about it. Just like I clearly said twice that let's move on from this topic. I don't want to talk about this. Okay? So it's just crazy. It's so hard for me to watch. It really is, because I feel like I just get back into that feeling again, like where I feel like I'm left out in the cold to defend myself against a grown man that's supposed to be my father's age. And I'm somebody that I look up to. I'm arguing with him about a stupid question about him being a pimp. And for people that's sitting here saying to me that it's none of my business if he's a pimp, that's between him and his wife. Well, maybe that's true. But I'm in the industry. I need to know who I'm working around. Okay? And it's not like I'm spreading rumors about Tariq being a pimp. I simply asked him and confronted him about it, just like he always respectfully wants us to do. He always tells us, tell him when we hear something crazy about him, and ask questions and don't just jump to conclusion. And that's exactly what I did. But as you can see, he doesn't respect his own talking points, because he's like, oh, well, come to me if you hear anything crazy about me, or, I did that in the privacy of your vehicle. All right. Not online, not on YouTube, not on Twitter. I asked you in person. And apparently he doesn't like it. He doesn't really want people to bring messiness to him that they read about him that are close to him, because I consider myself to be close to Tariq. But apparently the relationship wasn't reciprocal. So obviously, right? So you can press play.
I confused the pimp. Okay, where did this? Okay, can we get to the bottom of the story? Okay, so what happened?
I was in a car and I just.
This is not the first time asking me. This is not the first time asking me.
Let me see. Okay, let me see.
She's asked me that before.
Let's get to the bottom of
Let's
this.
get to the bottom. I'm like, where the fuck you getting this from?
I just asked if he used to be a pimp.
Okay,
and she said no.
Okay, so
I saw pictures
okay, so
online.
those of you are listening, here we go. We got Tariq. Is this even you?
Let me see that.
You look fat as hell. This is really.
Let me see that. Oh yeah, that's back in the. This is the damn comedy show.
Okay.
Years ago.
Okay, all I said was I saw pictures.
Yeah, there was a comedy
satire
show.
Why didn't you say that?
You didn't
Why
ask
didn't
me
you say
that.
that?
Oh, we're trying to call
How the fuck am I supposed to know it was a comedy
Because
show?
I told you I wasn't, and you just keep
And I
asking me
just
the
said,
same
okay,
shit.
well, I saw it online.
But
That's all I said.
Then why do you keep asking me some shit?
Keep asking you.
Yes,
I asked you one
No,
time.
you haven't. You keep asking me that shit.
Tariq, please, let's just move on.
Okay, so
you gotta make me
you
mad.
asked.
I don't give a fuck about you being mad.
I know. You don't care about if I get mad. You
But
don't
stop
care about a
asking
lot of
stupid
shit.
fucking
I
questions,
didn't fucking ask you that
You
shit
have
just now.
asked-
I asked you
me
that
stupid
last
questions.
week. I asked you that last
Then
week.
she got in
Then
my
you
car.
gonna move on.
So I got weed in my purse. I'm like, what the fuck?
What, weed in your
Yeah.
I'm like, what you doing with weed?
Because the
She's high all
smell was
the fucking
loud.
time.
The smell was real loud, and I said, "Oh shit, this
I
is
got
over my
weed.
purse from last night." And I know how he be tripping, so that's why.
Pause, Cynthia, pause. So again, guys, we live in California. Weed is legal here. So why are you trying to demean me because I like to smoke weed? I like to smoke.
The thing that I noticed is that if you already said let's move on,
like
from the conversation, why is it still being talked about?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And why are you bringing up the fact that I had weed in my purse? Why? Like, I feel like that was a further point to try to demonize me, to further have an excuse to, I guess, end me. So I don't get it. And just like I said, if you can see, to me, I feel like I stayed very respectful to Tariq. I feel like I stayed very respectful towards him because I didn't call him out his name. I didn't curse at him. I was cursing within my conversation, just conveying my point, but I did not curse at him to belittle him and to call him out of his name. I still showed so much respect to him. Okay, so for all of y'all talking about I disrespected him, first of all, you can't disrespect somebody that's not your parent or kin to you. I don't sleep in the bed with this guy. We're not anything like that. So disrespect, like, that's relative. That's very relative. Like, what do you mean I disrespected you? When? When did I disrespect this man? This man is talking over me. Now that's disrespectful. He's talking over me. He's trying to drown me out in what I'm saying. He's not listening. Okay? I clearly said to this man, I saw it online. He keeps on saying either no, it's not online, or I told it's a comedy skit. Well, I didn't know that it was a comedy skit. So when you Google Tariq Nasheed Pimp, do you know that some of those images are from a comedy skit? No, you don't. All you see is pictures from 20 years ago up until now of him dressed and looking like a damn pimp. He got on bright colored suits, top hat, a damn pimp cane. I mean, what else am I supposed to think? And I keep saying I saw it online. But see, that's part of the truth. I did see it online after I've already explained that his barber told me that he was a pimp. So instead of me just going straight to Tariq saying, hey, you a pimp, I wanted to do the research myself so I can come with receipts. So I can say, look, is this true? I had to Google it. After I came home from getting my haircut, I had to Google what this man was saying. Okay, so you can play.
So the bottom of it is, that's him in a pimp thing. He said it's a comedy skit.
But he didn't say it was a comedy skit. I don't know that.
But I told you I wasn't.
Okay, and I let it go.
You did let it go.
I'm not talking about it. You are. I don't give a fuck if he was a pimp or not.
But I don't give a fuck. You keep asking me stupid shit.
I did not.
Why you keep
What
asking
other
me
stupid shit do I ask you? What other stupid shit do I ask you?
Bring your fucking.
Hold on, pause it right there. Pause it again.
Oh, God.
Do you guys notice how much he calls me an informant? But when I ask him, what other questions have I asked you? Because I don't ask him anything about him, really. I really don't. Other than, are you a pimp? Period. He can't even tell you what other questions I've asked him. Right? He's so adamant that I'm an informant and I have a whole trail of trash of informant questions. Why doesn't he bring up one of the damn questions that I asked, other than me asking if he's a pimp? I asked him, he doesn't even answer the question. I said, what other questions have I asked you? I asked him like 3 times, and he can't even tell you. He can't even say, well, Sarah, you're an informant because you keep asking me these informant questions because you asked me, am I a pimp? You asked me this, you asked me that, you asked me this. He can't even tell you what other questions I asked him. So he's just simply going on a damn tangent spree just to try and create a character out of me for no reason. So then he can have it's kind of like white supremacists, how they try to demonize black people, just like you say, Cynthia. They have to demonize black people so they can get away with their bullshit. It's the same. I feel like it's the same thing. You are trying to make me out to be something that I'm not, so then you can get along with your bull. Because why do you keep calling me an informant? And then when I say, all right, well, what did I do? You don't have anything to say.
I think it's unfortunate because I actually liked you and Tariq's dynamic on the show. I actually thought it was what made the show interesting because to me, it was like a brother-sister type theme. Like I have a bunch of sisters, I have brothers. And the way that y'all usually go back and forth with each other, it was amusing to me because that's sometimes the way me and my sisters and brothers go back and forth with each other. But I don't think that when I've watched any episode of Ism in the past, I never saw anything that's disrespect. I thought it was just you and him doing just taking shots at each other. I didn't think it was you disrespecting him or him disrespecting you. And I've watched every episode of Ism. So when I saw this situation, because I didn't catch it live, I came into it and then you just weren't on the show. So I was asking people in the chat room, I was like, well, where's Sara? And they were saying, well, Sara got fired. So I didn't even initially see it. But when I watched the playback and saw it, what initially came to my mind was that this couldn't be just over a question. It couldn't.
Right? Because he would have just let it go. We would have let it go 5 minutes ago, right?
It was a buildup. It was obviously a buildup. And Layla in the show said that this has to be a buildup. She said it has, and he actually said that it wasn't. He said that it wasn't a buildup. I
don't believe that. I mean, he has to say that. He has to say that it wasn't a buildup. To me, it was a buildup because, you know, I've had a lot of people tweet me and say, you know, that they saw this coming, especially after the Shea Moisture video that we did.
That was a turning point. I will agree that was a turning point was after the Shea Moisture. I noticed a little turn after Shea Moisture, but I still don't think that at any point in time, even though there was some tension, I still don't think either of you were sitting there with any intent to disrespect each other. It certainly didn't come off that way. So I don't know why it's being said that, because some people in the chat room were even saying, oh, Sarah's been disrespecting him all on the show. First of all, disrespect is subjective to whoever is viewing it, but I didn't think that you were disrespecting on the show. I didn't get that at all.
Cynthia, like I said, this guy is a person that I looked up to. Okay, I didn't go into the show trying to disrespect him. Like, I went into the show excited and happy about working with somebody that's as prominent as Tariq in the Black community. I was excited about that. So, and it's crazy, you know, because it took a turn for the worse as the show progressed. Now, for me, I can honestly say that it was a buildup because people that know me personally, I have stressed to them my concerns about some of the things that Tariq says on the show. Some of the things that he says about young women and just women in general, or relationship advice, I didn't agree with. I just didn't agree with that. You know, I felt like, wow, this is, you know, as I started to get to know Tariq, I started to have a different outlook on him. Because again, I have my dad, and my dad is almost Tariq's age. I mean, I'm sorry, not almost Tariq. He's older than Tariq. Okay, so I'm not used to grown men talking the way that Tariq talks. I'm just not used to that. I'm not used to good and grown men talking to young females inappropriately like that. If my dad talked the way that Tariq talked, I would be appalled. Like, I would... You just don't know. I talk about this all the time with my personal friends. Like, I would be seriously dumbfounded if my dad spoke to young women this way. He's calling me all types of MOs, mother effers. He's calling me an informant. He's calling me names. Like, it's like, God, Lee, dude, why you gotta call me out my name though? So if you guys want to talk about disrespect, why you don't call Tariq out on his disrespect? I never once called him a name. I never called him an MFer. I never called him anything. I never did anything. So why aren't people calling him out for being disrespectful to me? To me, I felt like I was alone by myself. Layla didn't come to my defense. Layla was just sitting there, just egging everything on. And I was just left alone by myself to protect myself from a grown man coming at me.
What irks me is that there's beta males in the chat room talking about, oh, Sarah's trying to be a victim. And first of all, you have two people on there. First of all, one is a man and one is a woman. Even if they were the same age, to me, it would be the same thing. I'm going to hold the man to a higher standard, period. Because in my world, men don't get down to the level of a 25-year-old woman. So people can miss me with their whole, oh, she's playing the victim, she's playing the victim. if y'all are in the chat room trolling and you're retarded enough to actually think that Sara should be held to the same standard as Tariq, when number one, he said himself, he is her employer. Okay, that's number one. Number two, he is a man that is a lot older than her. Again, no disrespect to Tariq, but I think if Tariq was watching something and someone was going at his daughter the way he was going at Sara, I think we can all say that he will want to go up there and fight him. I think we all know that that will be the case. Now, I get that obviously in a situation you can get annoyed and you lose your cool and you get angry. I get that. I have a temper myself. But for people in the chat room to actually think that Sara and Tariq should be on the same level, whoever thinks that is extremely disgusting, and that says a lot about your character. Because the bottom line is people, to me, are held to different standards. That's just like I'm getting into an argument with a 15-year-old, and then people are like, oh, that 15-year-old is acting like the victim, and you disrespected her. It doesn't matter. I'm 32. Am I not held to a different standard than a 15-year-old? And that's not saying, Sara, you're a 15-year-old, but the bottom line is Tariq is a lot older than Sara. So there should always, and he's a man. And the thing of it is, coming from someone that differentiates the role between a man and a woman, why isn't that role coming into play here? Because she said several times that she didn't even want to have the conversation anymore. So that should have deaded it. And whatever issue they had, it should have been held offline.
Right. That's another thing that kind of tripped me out. I'm like, when I said I don't want to talk about it anymore, why didn't he just stop it? And okay, let's just say, all right, we let it go back and forth, right? Why didn't you continue with the show? Now, everyone's want to talk about being professional here, right? So the professional thing to do would be to continue with the damn show and then fire me afterwards, period. And then the next episode, I just wouldn't be on there, and he would just say, look, we had a conflict and Sara's no longer on the show. Instead, he wants to embarrass me. I don't know why people don't want to get that, why people don't want to see that. He wants to embarrass me. He wants to do it. And according to him, I'm a nobody. So why are you embarrassing a nobody?
See, look, my thing is that's something that shouldn't even be being said. That's irrelevant to the cause, quite frankly. That really is irrelevant.
Nobody, according to him, right? And I guess he started my career. I guess, that's what he says, that he started me, he's ending me, and I'm a nobody. But yet you keep talking about this nobody.
Even if he started your career, he could have helped start it. But to my knowledge, isn't that one of the reasons why you went on there to begin with? Obviously, Tariq had the public platform, so nobody is going to do anything with Tariq and they're not looking to advance their career. If I do something, like, I'm not going to sit out here and say, Tariq has gotten my channel a lot of exposure just by allowing me to call up to his show and converse with him. That's why I say I have nothing against Tariq. In general, I still support a lot of his stuff, especially with any of the documentaries and stuff that he's doing about white supremacy. I support that and I'll continue to. He has helped my channel to grow by allowing me to call in and to disagree with him. And I haven't agreed with stuff that he said at all. For the most part, I haven't agreed with stuff that he said. And when I called up to say it, he was very respectful. That's why this is shocking to me. Because he knows Sara better than he knows me. So Sara should get more of a courtesy than I would get. But whenever I call in, Tariq isn't rude. He isn't cussing at me. He isn't disrespecting or demeaning me. So this was very shocking to me. Because again, this is two people that I like. I watched the show because of Sara and Tariq's dynamic. I think it was a good dynamic. So this was very surprising to me, and it is very surprising to me, and I was actually horrified and disappointed to watch it, because I was like, why is this even going on? It shouldn't, number one, I shouldn't be able to watch a playback of it. I shouldn't be watching a playback of it. That's number one. Number two, our community gets scrutinized a lot. When Tariq was on Fox News, Tucker Carlson did everything he could to find something on Tariq to try to discredit him. This doesn't help. it doesn't help. It just doesn't, because we all already look like clowns for the most part as a community as a whole, because we always have a lot of bickering, and I got to destroy this person and I need to end this person. And it's like, these are two people who came together on a show with an agenda to do a show, talking sometimes about Black empowerment, sometimes about comedy, satirical stuff, and gossip. I don't understand how it turned into this. And I don't really understand why people was putting my name through Twitter. I really don't. Because this is the first time I've spoken on it. I haven't said anything else. I can't even tweet on Twitter because my account is suspended because of some Caucasoid devil trolls. That's another story. My thing is that we shouldn't even be dealing with this. Like, this should not be going on.
That's what I'm saying, Cynthia. I'm like, for Tariq to be Tariq, why aren't you on code? I stayed on code. I didn't drag you through social media at all. I didn't talk bad about you. I still didn't talk bad about you. And I'm not, because I'm staying on code, period. I don't feel the need to do 2 videos about you, bashing you. I don't feel the need to do that, because in my opinion, this video should show exactly the character that Tariq is. It shows everything that I don't need to say anything. I don't need to say anything about his character. People can see it for themselves. He's exposing who he is. I don't have to do that. I don't have to say anything to him. And I don't know, as I started working with him, I just got so uncomfortable on his views of just young women. And again, like you said, he has a daughter that's not far in age from me. We're like 9 years apart. And I'm just like, yo, I can't believe that he's talking to me like that. Like, why don't Tariq see me as a baby? Because my dad and my stepdad, they'll tell you, anybody my age, they see as a baby. Okay, so I'm not going to be arguing with a child, essentially. And that's essentially what he's doing. He's arguing with somebody that's supposed to be like his child. I'm somebody half his damn age. He's old enough to be my dad, and we're going back and forth about nothing. Okay, he's trying to railroad me for no reason. Like, just like you said, there's gotta be more than me asking if he's a pimp, because more than one person has asked this man if he's a pimp. So why is it that I can't ask that? Why can't I ask that? And it's crazy because he's so flip-floppy to me. It's like, I can't ask you anything, but when callers call up, you ask them, to me, in my opinion, inappropriate questions all the time. You ask strange people that call up to the show, you ask them what they look like, what sexual positions they're in. You ask them all type of inappropriate things. But yet I can't ask you one question that I don't consider to be inappropriate. That doesn't make any sense to me. It's a contradiction. So again, this is something deeper than me asking if he's a pimp. I just think Tariq just didn't like me for a very long time, just like he mentioned in the video that it was long overdue, is what he says, because this was a buildup. It has to be. You go and press play.
Like that. You know my daddy though.
You can
But
leave.
you're
You can
right.
leave.
I
You
can't.
can
Oh
leave.
my
You
God.
can leave. There you go. No. Let her go. No. Let her go. Go ahead. Bye-bye. Go. You go. There you go. No, you can leave. Go ahead.
Why are
There you
y'all
go.
doing this?
You good. We good. Thank you. Have a good day, sweetie.
What is going on? How did this
All right. No.
even
It's
happen?
good. There you go.
Oh
All right.
my God. What in the world?
There you go.
What just happened?
It was time for her to bounce.
Oh my God. Maybe she just sick right now.
I don't give a fuck. It was been time for her to bounce.
Oh no, Tariq.
Been time for her to bounce.
Tariq, what is going? Why? What?
She's on some weird old shit.
So, oh my God.
She's
What
fucking
weirdo
weird.
stuff?
Yeah.
Weirdo stuff. What? He's not telling what the weirdness is. If I was that weird, wouldn't you say, like, just wouldn't you say, look, she was doing this, she was doing, I just couldn't take it no more. She was being weird. He's not saying what the weirdo stuff was. We never hung out. We never hung out. We never went out anywhere outside of the damn studio. So how is it that I'm weird? You only know me from an hour to 2 hours every Tuesday. You don't know me. So how do you know that I'm weird? And then if I am weird, why don't you, if you keeping it 100, like he said in the show, then why didn't you tell everybody what the weirdness was? And the other informant question. The only informant question was, you asked me I'm a pimp. And I keep asking him, what other things am I saying?
Is Tariq 47? Is Tiara Washington said Tariq is 47 though. Is that true?
I think he's 42. I think he was born.
Yeah, I thought he was 40 or about to turn 42.
I think he was born. I think he's about to turn 43. He's already 42. I think he was born in 75. I believe. I believe, but he's 42. Yeah. Well, bottom line is he's the same age as my damn mama and dad.
Born in 75, he will be turning 42 because my ex was born in 75 and he just turned 42 this year in April.
It doesn't matter. The fact is, this man is old enough to be my damn father. Why are you coming at a young woman this way? Period. Why are you even arguing with the female? Period.
Can I say something? Because I just want to say that as a black man, I'm just been sitting here listening as a fly on the wall, and it was kind of hard to watch the video. And I apologize to you as a black man that you had to go through that and that I had to sit here and witness that and that our community is watching that, because I don't think that is fair. And whatever embarrassment that you might feel and however you feel about it, you know what I'm saying? I just hope that you have support and that people see this and that they learn from it. Nobody's trying to turn people away from Tariq. We all love and appreciate him for what he did, and we can't take away from his hidden colors. He's Mr. Hidden Colors. But that shit was out of line, and wrong is wrong. And we don't need to take that example from him. That was completely inappropriate, the way that he handled you from the very moment that he told you that you were out of frame, young, beautiful black lady. He said, move over, like, you know, and as a producer, I know I can say, excuse me, it's his job to say, hey, you're out of the shot. Move over a little bit. But from the very first second, he was going in on you and you were gone. And I saw that as a viewer. I had to see that on live air, that he wasn't man enough to take it down.
That's my whole point. And I thank you, Yusuf, for saying that. Thank you for that apology. I have support and I am getting through this. It's been a rough 24 hours for me, obviously, but I'm doing okay. But
Seeking Self said, so what? She's grown in her age. I wish my little cousin would come at me like we're equals when I change your diapers. Boy, bye. Age and maturity does matter. Well, no. Well, she's saying that what this person is basically saying is essentially what I said. Age and maturity does matter. There is a vastly difference between the age of Sara at 25 and Tariq at 42. So that's just the bottom line of it. Listen, I wouldn't get into a back and forth with Sara like that because I'm older than her. I'm 7 years older than her. So that means I should be 7 years more mature than she is. So I wouldn't be sitting there. I wouldn't argue back and forth. I don't even argue back and forth with people my age. People make videos about me all the time. I don't really respond to them because my thing of it is I don't need to do that.
And first of all, we are black brothers and sisters. And my whole point is we are dying and black women are getting their asses beat out here. Black men are being plucked off like flies. And we're sitting here arguing back and forth over if you're a pimp or not. We're sitting here displaying the dysfunction within our community. And not only is Tariq older, but you are somebody that everybody in the community looks up to. So we're looking up to you and we're following you and you're leading by example. And your example is to belittle and demean a young female. That is your example. And not only one time, but twice. You're doing it twice. And for all of y'all that say, you know, we should squash, I tried to squash it with Tariq. I tried. I called him. Me being 25 and being the bigger person, even though he's older than me and he should be coming to me. I came to him. I called him on the phone to say, look, Tariq, this is getting out of hand. I don't want to end on this note. We should not end like this. He refused to take my calls. Why is that? Oh, because I asked a question? Like,
but he made a second video calling you out of your name. He made a second video. That's what I'm saying. It's like, instead of making a video to apologize to you and for his behavior to the community who looks up to him, he made another video trying to drag you even further. And that's where I'm disgusted. That's bullshit right there. That's very, very distasteful, professional. And that's not together. It's not on code. That's not everything that he said that he stands for. And we are only human, and we all have moments. But he ain't even realized he had a moment. A moment. I don't like it at all. And he started off in the video dismissing people who was coming to take up for you.
I didn't even watch the second video, Yusuf. Honestly, it is too upsetting to me, honestly. And I'm trying not to cry now because it's just sad. You know what I'm saying? It's sad.
It's Sarah, there's people over here spreading rumors saying that you're low-key dating a white man. And listen, I don't believe anybody's dating anyone unless it comes from their mouth. So, Sarah, do you want to clear that rumor up?
Yes, I'm going to clear this rumor up, and I'm not going to talk about it ever again. And if anybody asks me this on Twitter, I'm blocking you on site. I'm not even going to finish reading your statement. I'm just going to block you, period. So what Tariq is referring to is, for my birthday, it was an Italian guy who was all up in my face, okay, and wanting to date me, and he ended up paying for my entire birthday. Now, this is a strange man, okay? I don't know this man. So he ended up paying for my birthday. So Layla was supposed to be coming to my birthday party, and I told her about this Italian guy, okay, and what he was doing for my birthday. Now, she ended up saying that we were dating each other, which I was never dating him. I just simply mentioned that it was an Italian man who paid for my damn birthday. Okay, now she went on the show and said that we were dating. All right? She tried to low-key throw me under the bus on air, right? So then I sent Layla a text message saying, I don't appreciate you going on air saying that I was dating somebody. I don't appreciate you doing that. And honestly, you need to mind your damn business unless I tell you to speak my business. Who are you to even talk about my damn business, something that I told you? That's none of your damn business. That's not your place. So that's what I did. I sent her a text message. Now, I didn't know until the playback of the show that she ran back and told Tariq what I had said. Now, again, this is a 35-year-old grown woman, right? With a child. So she went back and told Tariq what I had said. And mind you, I didn't say anything inappropriate to her or anything like that. I just said, look, don't talk about my business on air unless I give you permission to, period. So she tried to insinuate that I was dating a white man. You, Cynthia, me and you are good friends. You know that I don't even want white people breathing the same air around me. So,
right, I've never heard Sarah mention one time about a desire to date a white man.
Never. It started because Layla said that I went on a date with an Italian man when she misspoke. It wasn't a date. This was some random man at a restaurant that paid for my entire birthday dinner. That's it. Okay. So
I've had white men pay for way more than that, and I've said that several times. I've literally taken money from a white man for about a year and didn't give him anything. He was paying all kinds of light bills. He was buying me and my sister stuff. So just because you take some money from a white man don't mean you're dating them. But people can think whatever they want to.
my mind, they owe me. So I mean, really. So no, I've never dated a white man ever in my entire life. Have I been on a date with a white man? I've been on a date with a white man, but dating, never. And when I went on a date with a white man, this is before I was even living in LA. This is about when I was 18, 19 years old, fresh out of high school. So, yeah.
Sarah,
Let me say something about Layla.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Layla. Now, I think she's a beautiful black woman also, and she has a great mind, body, and soul. However, I want to address something real quick. Maybe y'all can do a different video about it, or women who's listening just start talking about this yourselves. But the sisterhood. To me, she did you like Angela Yee be doing any woman who come on a guest. I call that an Angela Yeezy. That's when the men attack the woman, and then the other women don't come to their sisterly defense and say, hey, don't talk to women like that, and remind him with the womanly power of who we are, and don't disrespect us. You see what I'm saying? And it's just not a sisterhood, and she was just playing the devil's advocate. And then the moment that you left out of that studio, she was being messy. And I'm just saying.
Very messy. Now, it's funny that you say that, Yusuf, because I did a Periscope video, and this is before I even watched the playback of Tariq firing me, right? I had nothing but love for Layla. This is before I knew she was being messy. So who's the informant here? Who's the one not being trustworthy? I didn't speak any ill will with her. I was actually giving her accolades like me and Layla are cool. I don't think anything bad about her other than who Layla is. She doesn't know anything, and that's not to throw any shade, and those are my exact words. She doesn't know anything about news and politics. That's just the truth. I never threw her shade, but then when I watched the playback afterwards, I saw how she basically threw me under the bus. And, that's fine. Maybe she wants to be first lady of the show. More power to you, girl. But again, I'm not even going to address a hoe that's baby mama number 6. I'm just not going to address her because being baby mama number 6 to a man, that's all I need to explain on her part. So I don't need to go any further on demeaning Layla, but other than being baby mama number 6, that just goes to show you the mentality of the mentality that she has. So we can move on because I don't address hoes. Period.
Well, damn.
Period.
My thing is, again, it's just sad to me. Again, I watched the show because I liked Sara and Tariq's dynamic, and I told Sara that several times. I told her that I really like the way that they, take shots at each other. The way they kind of just poked at each other. I never thought that either of them were disrespecting each other, and it doesn't sound like Sara's intent was really to disrespect Tariq or to be an informant, although I don't know who she would be informing and what she would be informing when people can just do a Google search, find out stuff. But
who am I? Like, who do you really think you are for me to be an informant? Like, who am I going to go tell? Like, what are you talking about? It's not like I have some huge black empowerment following. I'm a damn fashion model, for Christ's sakes. What are you talking about? Informant? Who am I running to go tell? And why are you having this informant on your show for 9 months? I'm an informant because I wanted to film behind the scenes footage of us recording the show on Snapchat. Wait, and it's already a live show. This is already a live show. So you're mad because I'm recording a live show?
The beta males are just on deck. Like, I can't with this. Here's my thing. And somebody said San Tariq is, hold on, oh, I wanted to read what that said. Somebody was saying that Tariq was going to do something. Look, Tariq doesn't have a reason to really say anything about me, but if that happens, then I'll deal with it when it happens. There isn't a reason for him to say anything, though, and I don't think that y'all should sit here and jump to conclusions about what Tariq may or may not do. I don't have a beef with Tariq. Tariq doesn't have a beef with me. But the bottom line is, again, I like Sara. I like Tariq. I saw Sara getting attacked. I saw Sara getting attacked, and I know the beta male coon following that Tariq has. And this is something that I've said to Tariq. Listen, anything I say in this video, I don't need to I'm not going to backtrack on it, because anything I say in this video about Tariq, I would say it to him. That's the different thing. I have said stuff to him. And I have told him that he has a huge coon following, and he does. All on his videos, all you see is a bunch of beta males talking about hair, makeup, calling black women bitches and black bitches. That's what you have on there. It is a coon fest with very few of them in between who are not cooning. That's just the reality of it. A lot of those dudes simply want to find any reason to demean and disrespect black women. And I think sometimes Tariq doesn't understand that. He does not understand how much influence he actually has. He may not want to be a leader, but a lot of these beta male coons do follow him. And they look forward to anything negative he says about a black woman. That's just the reality of it. There's a whole bunch of beta male coons. A whole bunch of them. And I've experienced it on his channel. I've experienced it. They don't want black women saying anything. And I really feel like a lot of what they're doing has a lot to do with that. I feel like it's not even about what Sara said. I think it's about the beta male coons that simply don't want a black woman to have a voice at all, because some of the same ones went attacking me on Boyce's channel. So that's just the reality. You got, and a bunch of these beta male coons I know are followers of Tariq, because there's 1,244 people in the room right now. Okay, so a lot of these I already know is some of his followers, and I'm not saying he's a beta male coon, but he has a lot of beta male coon followers, and they be cooning it up on there all the time. And I'm over the percentage of his dusty followers. Like, how is it that a person that talks nearly exclusively about white supremacy and staying on code, how is it that he has such a huge coon following? Like, even Prince Apong in the room said 80% are coons on Tariq's channel. Easy. That is easy, 80%. And I'm thinking it's probably 90. Those are beta male coons that look for opportunities to demean black women because they simply just don't like them.
Well, my thing is, why is no one asking the question, why are you making several videos about one person? Why are you talking shit about me still? Why? Why is everything on my lap? Why do I have to take responsibility for a grown man and his actions? Why? Why is everyone blaming me, saying it's my fault, I'm disrespectful, he your boss? I don't give a damn how much money he paid me. No one can pay me enough money for me to sit there and be disrespected. And
so after Cool Kid said, to be fair, Tariq said he wants to attract coons because those are the ones he wants to get enlightened. They're not getting enlightened. They really aren't. So,
but how is that true when Tariq always stand firm in saying coons are dangerous? So how, like, those are his words. So how is that? Okay.
All of a sudden he got the coon relief.
Right.
Those coons are not getting enlightened, because I'm going to tell you why. I've been following Tariq for about 2 years now, and I can tell you those coons have the same mentality today that they had 2 years ago. Those coons are not being enlightened. They're running amok. They're all over his video comments. And look, I already know Tariq doesn't have time to moderate his comments on his videos. But the bottom line is, this coon following is out of control. Now, I don't know if it's because you got 85% of the black male population as coons, so he's gonna by default get a whole bunch of coons. But the bottom line is there's a bunch of dustiness all over his comment sections all the time. I can't go into his comment section and say anything. I could go in there and say hi, and then you got a bunch of beta male coons talking about, oh, weave, black bitches, single mothers, and it's like, hey, but nobody said anything about that, though. Nobody said anything about that. So they just take any opportunity to run amok. And I really feel like that's who was dragging my name all through Twitter. I really do, to those beta male coons. I really think it was those beta male coons who were sitting on there trying to attach me to a situation that has nothing to do with me. And I really wish they would just send me some DMs so I can really respond to them, whether they're sitting on somebody else's timeline mentioning somebody that doesn't have anything to do with them. I haven't even, when that situation happened, I said nothing about it. We're talking about, oh, Cynthia G's gonna sit here and go on an attack of Tariq. Where'd you get that from?
I think, Cynthia, because people know that you and I are cool, so they figure that you would be biased in the situation. Maybe that's why.
I can't with these coons. I really can't, because the bottom line is it's not even about being biased. Look, I like Tariq. I respect Tariq. I support what he's doing about white supremacy. Again, I put my money into his things for Haiti and for the for him taking stuff to Haiti, but also for the Haiti documentary. That's not going to change. But the bottom line is, I could sit here and say that I don't feel like the way he responded was appropriate. I would say that to him.
That's another thing.
I would say that to him if I needed to.
That's another thing. It's like, why do y'all feel like this human being can't be wrong? Just because he talks about black empowerment doesn't mean that this man can't be wrong sometimes. Like, you don't personally know him, and that's what I feel like. I feel like because he has a long time following, people honestly feel like they know him, like he's coming to their damn cookout. Like, this is a human being. He can be wrong. Like, you don't know this man.
Somebody said his male callers sound like they are ashy and living with their mothers. They sound like they have cotton balls wound up in their eyes. How many times have Tariq had to get on a coon calling into his show? Because the amount of coons that he had to get on calling into his show, the amount of dusty men that he had to literally verbally beat up outweighed anything. So clearly he even knows he have a large dusty following, because why are you calling up to his show being extremely dusty? And you sitting here, first of all, you got 37-year-old men calling up talking about they dealing with multiple women.
Yeah.
And then they got a woman that they called a hood rat pregnant, and you haven't learned how to put a condom on at 38. It's like, really, that's extreme dustiness. Like, I'm over there. Like, it's like Sir Dust-A-Lot called up several times. There are a lot of Dust-A-Lots in his whole comment section. I'm not even going to get on that. I'm really not, because I've already done a video about the level of dustiness in beta male neuter troll coons. I've already done that, so I'm not even going to sit here and get into that again. I'm really not. Sara, is there anything that you want these people to know? Because a lot of these people on here are Tariq's followers. So is there anything that you want them to know?
Girl, I feel like I've stressed everything I need to stress, and there's nothing more for me to say about this man other than I looked up to Tariq. I don't feel, you guys can feel however you feel. And then, hold on, let me add one thing. There were some people that were saying that on the show I was disrespectful, blah, 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 and rude to the callers. Well, isn't Tariq rude to the damn callers on his Wednesday and Sunday night podcast? Don't he kick y'all off the phone all the time? Don't he curse y'all out? Don't he call y'all back and leave voicemails on people's voicemail box? I mean, like, I don't understand why he gets to get away with everything. And then just like your situation, Cynthia, you said the same exact thing Tariq said, but yet you get bashed. I do the exact same thing Tariq does, and I get bashed. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Because these aren't men, these that you're dealing with, these are beta males. And a lot of those callers that you were so-called rude to, you needed to be rude to them because they were dusty.
My thing is, I think people would have been happy with me if I would have just been kikiing it up with Tariq and laugh at all his jokes, inappropriate jokes, and if I just didn't have an opinion on nothing. I think people would have liked me more. I think people would have
liked you more if they weren't beta males. That's just the reality of it. And Tariq should know that he got a large coon following because I just told him that a couple weeks ago in his chat room. I just told him you have a very large following of coons.
Why is that though? Why is that? How come nobody questions that?
Beta males aren't going to be questioning beta males. Coons aren't going to be questioning coons.
I mean, girl,
I'll be available again in another hour. So I don't know if we'll pick up again, do to be continued or something. But I something came up.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's fine. We can. I'll text you and we can talk about it.
All right, because I wanted you to help me with the live thing.
Absolutely, yeah. We will. Well, I'll after I do the live, after we complete this, I'll call you and then we can figure it out. We can do it.
Thank you. And it was so nice to meet you. Okay, and
you too.
Start a YouTube channel or something, and we will support you. You don't need him to start no voice, just like nobody else. We started ours off from scratch, and you can start yours from scratch too.
I appreciate that, and I do already have a YouTube channel. I just don't post videos, but I think I just might start posting more videos on there. See, the thing of it is I've been modeling for a very long time, so I was always engrossed in the fashion industry, okay, and this is something new to me, being a part of the Black empowerment movement. And really starting to speak out about it. I've always been about Black people, but being in it this heavy is new to me. So I've already been in the industry, but thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you, and I will definitely subscribe to your channel and donate and do what I need to do to support both of you guys.
Likewise for you and Cynthia. All right, Cynthia, I'll talk to you soon, boo, and bye, everybody. I know y'all was waiting. I'm gonna snap out soon. All right, we'll see y'all later.
Me and Yusuf are gonna go in on the next one. So,
all right, bye.
Bye.
I can't wait to see you guys' live stream.
Yeah, we are. We wanted to, but that's okay if we didn't get to talk about the last section of it. We've been going for almost 2 hours anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, because it's just under, I think just under. But I'm just glad that you look. I don't like seeing anybody get attacked. I don't like seeing anybody get attacked. Everybody makes mistakes, whether it was on Sara or Tariq. The bottom line is everybody makes mistake. So clearing it up and being able to discuss it is a good thing, but obviously that's not anything that you were able to do. So this is something for people who don't know. Sara has to come on here on a platform. She doesn't have a choice because her name is being dragged right now. So she doesn't have a choice but to come on here and tell her side of the story, because if she doesn't, nobody's going to tell it for her.
I'm not.
It's like
I'm not too worried about people that think that, I shouldn't be saying anything. I should let it go. I've let it go. Apparently, Tariq hasn't let it go. Now, why aren't you guys talking about him in his second video that he did solely on me? Why didn't he do a video on Rock Newman for asking if he was a pimp? Like he did me. If that's the reason why he's mad, why didn't he do a video about all the dozens of other people that asked if he was a pimp?
Yeah,
Why?
It was a buildup, and that's just the reality of it. It was a buildup, but if he doesn't want to talk to you and resolve it, there's nothing that you could do to do that. So at this point, the only choice you have is to let it go and move on, because there's nothing that you can't resolve something with somebody that doesn't want to resolve it. So that's just the way.
That's very, very true, girl. I'm just over the situation. I'm tired of talking about him, honestly. Giving him more light than I should be right now. This is seriously like.
I think he's giving you equal light, if not more. So that's just
Girl, but my thing is, I think I'm going to watch the second podcast he put about me just so I can see all the slanderous commentary that he's saying about me. So I figured that would be pretty interesting. And my thing is, Black people love dysfunction. Black people love dysfunction. You love that shit, yo. I don't love dysfunction. I don't want to argue with my brothers and sisters, and especially in a time like now, we're being exterminated. We're watching our extermination right now, and we're sitting here arguing and bickering about if you were a pimp or not. Like, dude, why aren't you doing a video about dozens of Black people out here in California getting killed? Why are you still talking about something that you claim irritates you? You're still talking about it. I don't understand this part.
It's just like the title, whenever people want to gravitate towards negativity, especially within the group that they represent, that's always something that's indicative of low self-esteem. And that's not saying any individual has low self-esteem, but as a community, low self-esteem is literally what's eroding our community. Because low self-esteem is why you have the coons. Low self-esteem is why you have the bedwenches. Low self-esteem is why you have the super coons like Jesse Lee Peterson, who only seek to go against themselves. So that's just that's just a lot of what it is. But I mean, it is what it is.
That's very true. Hopefully he doesn't make another video about me, because then that will really prove his emotional state of everything.
Yeah, and if he does, if he does, you let him do whatever he's done. And of course, you already know what I think about it. So
yes, that is true. Well, I said my piece, and I'm not talking about it again. I hope you guys enjoy the ISM show without me, and I will be doing bigger and better things. Okay. I mean, a lot of people, and it's crazy, a lot of people think that Tariq made me. No, he didn't make me. I was already established in my career before I met Tariq. All right. Oh, and yeah, let me address one more thing. I'm sorry.
What your channel is, Sara?
It's called Conversations with Sara.
And I'll find her channel and put the link. I'll pin the link to the comments so people can find her channel, because a lot of people are just saying, they support you. A lot of people do well receive it, and I'm glad that you were able to come over here and say your side of it. Again, there's always two. A lot of people say there's three sides to a story. Your side, his side, and then the truth. And so we don't get to see what happened behind the scenes, so we can only judge it on what we saw, and everybody's going to have their different perspectives of what happened during other videos or whatever. None of that really matters, and nothing off screen really matters, because people didn't see that, and you can't judge something that you didn't even see, because it's all gossip and speculation as far as I'm concerned, because I didn't see any of that stuff happening behind the scenes, but I did see what happened when I watched the playback. And so all of my opinions is judged exclusively off of what I saw on that playback. And again, it's very unfortunate because it's two people that I like. I liked watching you guys. I don't even know if I will be able to watch the show without you being on there, to be honest. I don't even know if I'll be able to watch it.
Well, I don't know. Somebody got to watch it. Well, you guys have Layla. You guys have Layla to watch. She's going to be the new first lady of the show.
Yeah, it is what it is. But if there's not anything else, you know, you want to tell people, Sara, that can conclude that part. I know people were asking me about the self-esteem thing. Esteem topic was something that me and Yusuf was going to do. And I don't want to discuss it in this live stream without him because we actually have something that we have to show while we're talking about it. So we'll get into that. We'll get into that live stream later. For the people that just want the regular live stream, there is, I could go a little further for people who actually wanted the regular live stream because there is something that I wanted to point out actually. But of course, you know, I wanted Sara to have her, Sarah's from DC, JP, because JP said, where is Sara from? She's from DC, but I wanted you to be able to come on here and, you know, because the platform is a platform that you can use to get it out there since you're not able, like people, you're not able to really, Twitter isn't really as good of a place to do it on YouTube. So I'm glad that we were able to have you be able to tell your side of the story. Nobody should really even be judging anything that someone is saying if it's not coming out about you, if it's not coming out of your mouth. So
that's very true. And I wanted to touch on his allegations of me being a thief. I feel like that is so low for Tariq to stoop down to basically make up a story about me telling him that I was a thief in DC. I've never stolen anything in my entire life. I don't have a criminal record. I don't know where he's getting this story from. I guess he made it up to further demean me in his video, but I've never stolen anything in my entire life, and I never told him a story about me stealing anything out of anybody's house. He's making that shit up, and I don't fucking appreciate it. Period. I don't appreciate somebody slandering my name, especially it's something as serious as stealing. Okay? I've never stolen anything in my life. I smoke weed. That's it. I guess if you guys want to throw me to the wolves because I smoke weed, then do so. But that's my personal preference. That's none of your damn business that I smoke weed anyway. But to sit here and make up a story that I told him that I was stealing back in DC, like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I never, see, that's another thing. Like, a lot of people don't understand that me and Tariq didn't get along. Okay, we didn't, when I would come to the studio, we did not talk. We didn't talk. All right, so it was obvious to me that we didn't like each other and he didn't like me. When I would come, because I would always come to the studio earlier than Chris and Layla. We never talked. Okay, we stopped talking not long after he started calling me an informant and all that in the beginning of that. But when I come into the studio, we don't talk to each other. Okay, and if I had a problem, I will always come to the studio early enough to address my issue with Tariq. We will address it and move on. That's why I'm so like shocked that he would even do this whole tyrant thing on YouTube about this topic. It's like we have had several conversations where we disagreed about things off air and never brought it up on air. So all of it, you know, I just feel like, you know, Cynthia, like I told you, like you have that one friend and then y'all stop being friends and then that friend tell all your damn business. I mean, like, what the hell type shit is that?
F the cool kid said to tell you, I'm trying to find the comment. He said, and this isn't, I can't quote it because I'm trying to find where the comment went, but he said, don't go watch the other video. He said, just be done with it because Tariq is talking about doing skits and puppets about you. So he said, just be done with it.
Oh, that's so hilarious.
Yeah, that's just going.
And now he's turning me into a puppet.
That's retarded. That doesn't. Again, that's not okay. That's just really
wants to do. That's crazy to me. Nobody else sees how crazy this is.
I'm gonna go ahead and call up on his Sunday show. I am. I'm probably gonna call in.
Nobody sees how crazy this is. I did nothing to this man but ask him a question.
Well, all of the puppet making, it's understandable for Crispy because Crispy needs to be humiliated. So I applaud that. But this isn't a situation where it warrants that. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. It's not about cursing him out. I don't need to curse anybody out. But I am going to call up to his Sunday show. That's not okay. And I don't understand how. But again, I'm going to watch the video because I didn't hear Tariq say that. So I'm going to watch the video myself because I want to hear if he said that. F the cool kids doesn't troll. So I believe that he's right. But
so this is a grown man that is continually belittling a young woman who he is supposed to be protecting and uplifting in the community. Even if we have disagreements, this is the level that he stoops to. Wait, I offended him so bad that he has to make a puppet about me. Now, one thing is Crispy. Crispy said things about his family, threatened him, his life, the well-being of his children. I simply asked if he was a pimp.
Autumn Ray said, again, if you need a lawyer, contact me. My mother is also a judge.
Yes, I plan to seek legal consultation. I do plan to do that. Yes.
Yeah, because somebody said Tariq is in some hot water now. Probably that I'm not an attorney, but I do know a lot about the law, and that the fact that he is your past employer makes it a legal situation. That actually does make it a legal situation because he's your past employer. So hopefully,
the person that said that he's a lawyer, I'll have to take his information down because I have several lawyers reaching out to me right now. So I'm just taking everyone's information.
Autumn Ray, can you put your email address in there so in the comment section so that Sara can get it? She said that because you said to contact her. So can you put your email address in there so that she can get in touch with you?
How can I see the comment?
You should be able to, but F the cool kid said I wouldn't oppose a gag order on him. That will ease this nasty ass situation. I don't like black on black vitriol with this. We save this for the enemy. I don't like it either. I don't like it one bit. I don't like it one bit. It's just, it doesn't. So only Elisa W said he is your past employer, and if he continues to defame you, he can be sued. That's probably the case at this point, actually, because I know that when you're somebody's past employer, just advertising that he fired her, that's illegal. You can't, because that's like disclosing information in somebody's employee file. Like, for example, my past employer could not come back and say anything about me publicly. If my past employer did that, then I could sue them. And I wish my past employer would do it, because I surely would. And Autumn Ray said, oh, yes, she has a hell of a case at this point.
Yes, I do. I realize that. Listen, I'm not doing anything to Tariq. I'm not doing anything to him. So why are people attacking me as if I'm doing something? He's doing this to me. He's using his platform, his power, his money to quote unquote end me. And for what? What is the point? Why?
I hope he stops doing it because, again, I don't want to see, listen, I don't want to see anything happen with you publicly. I don't want to see anything happen with Tariq publicly because I do like what he's doing in terms of white supremacy. So I really wish that he would stop. Alima Tunisia said, yeah, Sarah, you need proof of employment. She already has it. So it doesn't, she already has that. And in the video, he said he was her employer. So even that would be proof along. But I don't like it. I don't like the whole situation. And I wish it wasn't, I wish it hadn't escalated to this. It didn't need to. I wish it would just stop. It doesn't even need to go any further. It's a bad look for the community. It's a bad look for what he's doing. It's a bad look for just our situation in general, because we have way too much issues already that we already have that. We have too much information. We already have way too many issues. That's not a good thing. It's like, really?
Yeah, I agree. Again, I'm not going to talk, bash Tariq. I never bashed him, even after he bashed me. I never bashed him. Again, I just wanted to get my point across and my side of the story. It just amazes me that this man is this angry at me and refuses to say what it is. It cannot be because I asked him a question. It can't be.
Yeah, I'm with Dark Child. Dark Child said, unfortunately, the Black community feels the need to bash one another publicly. I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't understand it.
I don't understand it either. I don't know. And honestly, it's just further hurting my feelings, honestly. I am a human being. I am a female. I have feelings, and it hurts my feelings. I looked up to this man. I thought going into the situation that I would learn how to be further more successful in my career. I thought, we can really do some big things together as far as in the Black community. I had really good ideas. Tariq had really good ideas. I thought we can bring that together, being so that
Mr. Wash said, don't say any more, get a lawyer. So that's what he said.
Well, I'm waiting for that guy to put his email in the comment section.
Nobody is talking about anybody's autistic Black child. Nobody's doing that. All she said is that Layla is very busy because her son has autism, but he's extremely cute. That's all that she said. No, that's not dragging. I watched the Periscope. That's not dragging anybody's child.
First of all, I will be helping Layla with her son in autism. I will be telling her that autism is curable. I will be telling her, giving her a grocery list of things that she should be buying food-wise to help her son. I will be sending her videos about expert doctors on how to cure autism. So what are you talking about? I don't play that mess. I don't talk about children.
KT Love, I don't know where you got your information from. KT Love says Sara is not coming off as credible. People can say they fired someone if that's what happened. Has nothing to do with anyone. I don't know where you got your information from, KT Love, but you need to do some research. And I suggest you look on the Bureau of Labor and Industries website, because what you're saying is not true. You cannot disclose publicly that a person got fired and they were your past employer. You can't even disclose that to other employers within the company. You can say that they left the company. You can say they're no longer here, but you can't publicly, when you're somebody's employer, say on live in a public arena, you cannot tell that you fired them. You cannot do that. I don't know where you're getting your information from. I really don't know.
And not only that, you cannot slander someone's name. You cannot do that. You cannot sit here and talk about somebody saying that I am a thief when you have no tangible evidence that I'm a thief. You're making shit up. You have no evidence. I'm not like Zaza Ali, where he actually pulled up this woman's criminal history. I have no criminal background. I've never been arrested, never been to jail, nothing. So how are you saying that I'm a thief? Is this based on your hatred for me? Like, understand, this man hates me so much for no reason. I've done nothing to this man. Nothing. I didn't deserve this.
Oh, Seeking Self said he was talking about the people in the comment. Kool-Aid man, what do you mean? What do you mean? Do I really want to go? What road are you talking about? I'm reading comments in there, and bottom line, that person was wrong. That I went through a lawsuit with my employer, a legal situation with my employer, so I kind of know what they can and can't do. And they cannot disclose information. It's called disclosing information technically in their private employee file. It's not even about dragging anybody or getting into anything. That's just about a fact. You just can't do that. I wouldn't care if it was Tariq or somebody else. You just can't do that. That's just the reality of what it is. If you don't believe, you need to get on the Bureau of Labor and Industry website and you need to check that out, but you cannot do that. You can't do that. That's just the reality of it. And Tariq can do the research and find that out on his own if he really wants to, but that's just about a legal fact. That's not anybody. I'm not encouraging anybody to do anything. I'm simply telling you what it is and what it isn't. That's just a reality. And Adam Ray said that Adam Ray said, I don't know if this is a guy or a girl, but Adam Ray knows legal professionals and just said he violated the laws on so many, and said that it's an easy case. To my knowledge, Dark Child, it is a privacy violation. To my knowledge, that's what it is too. And again, it wouldn't matter if Tariq was doing it or if Joe up the street was doing it. I live across the street from a mall. If any of those, let's just say hypothetically, Macy's has an employee and then Macy fires that employee. If whatever Macy's manager who fired the employee went to a public platform, announced that that person was fired, and then start saying stuff, that would be a defamation of character and a privacy violation lawsuit. So bottom line is, you don't have to like it. It's not about whether it's being Tariq. That goes for anybody. You just can't do that. Big Fame 01 says she had weed in her employee's card. That doesn't matter. None of that matters. That shouldn't have even been disclosed. Truth be told. Like that's, and I'm just tired of people in these comment sections acting like they have knowledge of something that they have no knowledge of.
What is me smoking?
Exactly. And Miss Feminista said, why are people threatening Cynthia with Tariq's wrath? Many people make videos about me. I just got a note of somebody else I don't care about any of that. It doesn't matter. If people want to say stuff about me, let them say stuff about me. I don't even care. The bottom line of it is I haven't said anything negative about Tariq. I'm simply telling you that you cannot publicly disclose that someone was fired. Even if he left everything out of it, even if he left everything out, bottom line is you cannot publicly disclose that an employee was fired. You cannot do that. That's just the bottom line. That's about a law. That's about the legal system. You cannot do that.
Well, I am currently seeking an attorney. And if anybody is an attorney, you guys can please email me at Sara Nicole inquiries@gmail.com. Cynthia, I would appreciate if you leave the email in your description box for me, please.
I will. 80 Goke said California is an at-will state. Clearly, you don't know what at-will means. At-will employment just means that Sara can quit if she wants to, or Tariq can fire her for any reason. It doesn't mean that you can publicly disclose it, though. And that's just what the facts are. Most states across America are at-will employment states, but that doesn't have anything to do with whether you disclose it publicly or not. That doesn't matter. That's the thing. I wish people would go educate themselves before they say something. At will employment, you obviously don't even know what that means.
And that's what I find in the community. It's a bunch of, now talk about babble. It's a bunch of people babbling that don't know what they're talking about.
I know. Sans struggle deeper. Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of trolls in here, but that's what people don't understand. Sarah can decide for herself what route she wants to take. If she wants to just drop it, she can drop it. But the bottom line is she can do what she can go about. It doesn't matter what I think she can do. It doesn't matter what I think she should do. She can go do whatever she wants to do, and she can consult somebody and find out if she wants to. My problem is that you now have more Black people feuding with each other while white supremacists are running amok happy to see Black people trying to destroy each other. That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Does not. Listen.
Yeah, Sarah.
Is people recognize the truth when they hear it, even if they don't want to believe it or not. People know what's the truth and what's not. And I don't have to prove anything to anyone. Clearly, Tariq has proven who he is without me even having to say anything. This man has done a second video just about me and over a question. Allegedly a question. That doesn't make any sense. That you would have this much hatred in your heart for me because I asked if you're a pimp, and tons of other people have asked if you were a pimp as well. I'm not the only person, so I just want to know what his real problem is with me. It can't be about a question. This man has so much hatred in his heart for me. The hatred in his heart is real. Like, what did I do? No one can tell me what I did wrong. And if you want to say me asking if he's a pimp is wrong, okay, let's just say that is wrong. Why are you talking about me in another video?
Yeah,
the topic that you said irritates you.
It should have ended a long thing. There are people on the chat who are trying to make things worse. Cynthia has been impartial. I have been impartial. Look, trolls are going to troll. I'm not sitting here worried about what anybody says. Trolls are going to troll. So that's just the reality of what they're going to do. Again, we already know the beta males are on deck. So the reality is that that's just what it is. And Sara can decide to do whatever she wants to do with the situation that she was in, and nobody needs to sit there and tell her, when nobody in this room, to my knowledge, is an attorney, so you don't get to think that you're providing some legal advice to her. So that's what attorneys do. If she feels like that's the route she want to go, then she can go that route. And so that's just a reality. It's like, okay, you know what?
Girl, this is our community. We went from the Martin Luther Kings and the Malcolm X's of the world to Black men demeaning and degrading Black women. That's what we've come to. And they don't care that they're getting plucked off like flies. They don't care that their women are being beat down in these damn nail salons and in the street. They care more about Tariq ending my career, so to speak. They care more about foolishness, as my mother would say.
And that's why they're getting blocked, because that's just what they are. And I have no patience for I don't have patience for them.
As my mother would say, this is nothing but a bunch of foolishness. Period.
Live Free said, even though I don't agree with the both of you, Sara, just learn from this and grow. It is sad that we are doing this when we need to build. Yeah, we do. We do need to build. Like, but again, it goes back to just, I don't know what it goes back to. It's just infighting. And it's stupid. It's just stupid.
But Cynthia, only one person is fighting. I'm not fighting.
Nabe said he will never end your career. You are an intelligent woman. I get where you're coming from, but if certain things are said about a person from their previous employer, that actually can have a negative impact on her career. That actually can, because at the end of the day, he was her employer. So that's a horrible, at the very least, that's a horrible reference from an employer. And last I checked, when your past employer says negative stuff about you, that has an impact on you getting jobs in the future. So, I mean, that's just the reality of it.
And not only that, this is online. Okay, stuff that goes onto the internet stays forever, whether you want to believe it or not. It stays online forever. So I have to deal with this for the rest of my life now. Period.
Yeah, these I'm over these beta males. Like I'm really over these beta males. That's what I'm over.
Me too.
And they're like a swarm of just betas, just all of them just coming at one time. And a lot of these I feel like are fans of Tommy too.
Oh, speaking of Tommy, he did a video on this situation and he really wanted me to come on his show and I declined. I'm not getting in between two big grown ass men arguing with each other. And Crispy is just trying to use me to get back at Tariq. He doesn't really care about my well-being. He doesn't care about me. He just wants to get back at Tariq. Okay, so I don't know if you guys saw the video that he did, but Crispy did do a video about this situation.
Well, and then that's the thing is that, again, I predicted that the minute that the video dropped, I said that everybody who doesn't like him is going to jump on that video.
That's true.
And I knew they were going to jump on the video. They were going to. And if you're an enemy, why wouldn't you? But yeah, Regina Davis, and she's not doing any. She says she's not doing anything with Crispy. So I mean, but he is doing it. He's doing it for his own agenda. It's not even about Sara. He just wants somebody to go on there and bash Tariq with him, and that's just not going to happen.
Nope, not going to happen. All of his,
but a lot of these people are Tommy's followers, though. I know they are, because they're over here with his same rhetoric. Okay, somebody else.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that because bottom line is I still think Tommy is a coon, and I'm not doing that. That's just no. See, unlike most of y'all, I stay on code at all times.
Bruce White said you're being attacked because you had the audacity as a Black woman to stand up for yourself against a Black capitalist.
Maybe that's true.
Somebody said you was a Tommy fan, Sara, according to Tariq. Well, she said she wasn't. Though.
Because Tariq said it, that makes it true.
Yeah, people don't have to worry. She said she's not going on his show. He's already been asking, and she hasn't gone on there, and she said she's not going to go on there. And I agree. Shacey A said Tommy just wants to try to embarrass her. He does. And the thing of it is if you went on there and didn't say what he wanted you to say, he would start spazzing out. And nobody has time to deal with that.
Girl. I didn't even know he had a YouTube channel. I thought someone shut it down or whatever. I don't know.
No, he has 50. Like that coon has a, a coon like that has to have a bunch of backups. He has to be able to coon out. But I need to get off of here. I need to eat. I need to pee. I have to I really do.
I know. I'm sitting here taking cough syrup for my cold, and I need to eat too. I haven't eaten in 2 days since this started. I haven't eaten yesterday, and I didn't eat today.
Don't let that stress you out like that. You don't even need to. The thing is, you don't need to let that stress you out. Look, people are going to do what they're going to do. You can't control Tariq's behavior. If he wants to feel like he needs to do stuff like that, then let him. The bottom line is you're not, you said you're not going to return it. You're not going to insult him. And that's good. But, he's going to do what he wants to do.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, Cynthia. When I get stressed out, girl, I don't be eating. I don't be having an appetite.
That's how I am too. But this isn't anything that you need to allow to ruin your appetite. You don't need to let this ruin your appetite. That's just it's not worth it to do that. I mean, it was an explosive situation. Unfortunately, it's unraveling the way that it is. But the bottom line is you have to at this point, all you can really do is move on.
Yeah, and I plan to do so. I'm still modeling. I'm still doing what I want to do. My modeling career has never stopped, even being on the show. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, if you guys really like my photos, then I will continue to do that, period.
Yeah, because my thing is, again, it's unfortunate. I wish it wasn't the case, but it is. You don't let this is not, because even as as your brand grows and as whatever you want to do grows, you're going to get a lot of people saying stuff about you. Again, I get people pointing out somebody that made some kind of video about me spreading rumors all day every day. I don't watch them. I don't entertain them. The only time I even know about it is when someone tells me. So the thing of it is, people are going to say stuff about you. If he wants to make puppets, let him make puppets. But the reality is that all you can do is go on and move on and not really entertain it. Dusty Beta males in the chat room are just going to be Dusty Beta males, and that's just what they do. So I mean, you shouldn't even let any of that. I mean, 2 days from now, nobody's even going to really be talking about it. That's the good thing about social media, is that topics like this go by really quickly. Now, if he decides to continue to do stuff, then I mean, you just deal with it accordingly. But you can't really do anything about what he chooses to do.
Nope. And so I'm gonna end on that note. And
Right.
let you go eat.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you be sitting here feeling bad about it. I mean, you don't need to. And obviously, if you want to talk and vent it to me, we can. But thank you for, and I think a lot of people are probably happy that you came and you said your side of it, and you got to clear up some stuff. The bottom line is, if people choose to believe negativity about you after you've already said what you needed to say, let them do that. But the bottom line is, you've already said what happened. If they choose to go further than that, that's on them. But I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. I'll put Sarah's information in the comment box. And thank you you guys so much. The mods, definitely thank you so much, because these trolls were on deck. But thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And me and Ratchet Today Show, we will be doing that topic that we're going to get to. But I'll see you guys in the next video.
All right.